Hi, my name is Dwayne Williams and I'm a student at JTech, and today we're going to be going over vehicle inspections and how to do them. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a visual inspection, and the first thing you should look for is you should go ahead and check the exterior of the car. And while you're doing that, you just want to walk around and look and see if there's any dents or scratches or places like there where there's rust. And just basically you just want to go around the whole car and just spend time just looking to see for the exterior, check your tires, check for any dents, scratches, paint, anything like that. As you can see, there's many things. You also want to make sure you come by and that you check your wiper blades. So today we're going to be going over how to do a under the hood inspection, and when you do this you want to go around, and the first thing you want to do is just do a visual inspection and look to see that all your hoses and that your connections, everything looks attached and undamaged. And after that, you want to go ahead and just start checking all your fluid levels. So the first one we're going to check is the oil. And when we do this, we'll pull it out and you can see that the oil level is okay. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. After that, we're going to come and we're going to check the steering fluid. And this is just a filler style steering fluid container, and we can see that it is pretty well full. The next one is the windshield wiper fluid, and it looks like it could use some more fluid, but it's not terrible. So after that, we'll go around and we'll check the radiator fluid, and we can see that the levels are good. So we'll put this back on. We'll come over here, check our battery connections. This one's a little loose. This one's nice and tight. And while you're over here, we'll go ahead and check the transmission fluid. And as we can see, the levels are okay. So we'll put this back in and move on to the next thing. And we'll check the air filter. And when you pull this out, you can see that not only is this one dirty, somebody tried to retape this one, so it definitely is time for a new one. And the last thing we'll check is we'll come over here and check the brake fluid, and as you can see, this is pretty wet, which means the fluid level is nice and good. Okay, so the next step is to go ahead and you want to do a visual inspection of the inside of the vehicle, and that includes just checking. As you see, we have dash lights on here, which means that there are some things that need to be taken care of. You just want to go around, test your brake, make sure you have good brake pressure. You want to test the parking brake, make sure that it works okay, and you want to also inspect the car for any sort of damage to make sure there's nothing that needs to be repaired right away. And the next thing to do is to go ahead and make sure that your headlights and taillights both work at this time, and you also want to go ahead and test the turn signals. As you can see, we had no problems with it, and we had somebody else stop and inspect the lights for us to make sure that they worked. And one last thing is that you want to make sure you check the horn. In this vehicle, the horn has been disconnected so that it doesn't work, so that you can't hit it. And you also want to make sure that when you're inside the car, along with checking on the lights, with all the lights and everything, you want to go ahead and make sure that you check the engine. You want to turn it over and listen for any odd sounds or noises. Okay, so the last thing we're going to cover today is going over the underbody of the car and what kind of things you should inspect for. As you can see, we have the car up on a lift. And while you do this, you may want to go ahead and check the tires while they're off the ground and you have more range to turn the tires and so on. So first we're going to start off looking at the exhaust system, and as you can see, the exhaust system is pretty worn out and it could probably use to be replaced. So that's one thing we'll take note of. And then the next thing we're going to go on to check is you want to go around, you want to check your control alarms, your tie rods, your sway bars, all that kind of stuff, and so on. You want to follow, and we'll keep going, we'll follow the exhaust system along. As you can see, the exhaust system's in okay shape. It could use to be replaced, but it's not an emergency. The next thing you want to check is you want to look and see If you can see in here, these brake lines are pretty rusted out and really need to be replaced, as that is a safety concern. And if you keep going, you'll see that, you know, the exhaust is okay. There are a couple of rough places towards the front, and it should really be replaced. Again, on the front, go around, check your control arm, tie rod, that kind of stuff. Go around. As you can see, there's a leak up in here on this side, as well as one on the transmission on this side, and we'll mark those things, and at the end of the video we will take care of this. So we'll just go around and you just look at the rest of the car, and everything else seems to be okay. Keep in mind, like I said, we will take care of the leaks after this video is over.